Good morning. Happy Monday. I have Neural Coffee in hand and it is perfect. All right. Quick housekeeping item. iFast University members, we have a call today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't forget about that. If you're not a member of iFast University, please go to ifastuniversity.com, get yourself signed up, and join us for that call at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Digging into today's Q&A. This is with Colin. This is a great Q&A that unpacks a lot of stuff. So we talked about iterative anatomy, we talked about knees and elbows, when to utilize certain activities such as a split squat versus, say, a low oblique versus high oblique sit. So that clarification alone is probably worth the price of admission. So again, we unpacked a lot of stuff here in a very short period of time that many of you will find useful. If you would like to participate in a 15-minute consultation, please go to askbillhartman@gmail.com, askbillhartman@gmail.com. Please put 15-minute consultation in the subject line so I don't delete it, because I delete everything else. Please include your question in the email, if you will. We will arrange that at our mutual convenience. Everyone have an outstanding Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Then you can cue your hand contact just like you cue a foot contact to turn the radius, because the hand is now fixed. It will not go into its IR representation. So if I capture hand cues with the support underneath the arch of the hand, so to speak, you can still cue your IRs.
Which
in fact, we do that all the time in like a low oblique sit.
Right. Is there any other contact I want to maintain, like more towards like the thumb side? Just besides,
well,
like,
do you want to drive that position in a hand that is internally rotated relative to the radius?
I don't want to drive that position.
That is correct, sir. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you got to, again, hands are just a little weird because of the capacity to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're using an oblique sit, you're in that relatively sideline position, so it's gonna be more biased towards like a middle propulsion representation. What other points of contact would I want someone to make, like further up the chain at the elbow and at the pelvis, right? To make sure I'm capturing that like middle representation where they're actually imposing the IR.
So now the question is, do I need to do something first? Right. So you have to understand what your orientation at the elbow is. So if I'm doing a high oblique sit, okay. If I'm doing a high oblique sit with a late representation of the elbow, do I want to put them in a high oblique sit?
No.
Okay. So if you had a twist in the knee, so let's use a little bit of Camilla's question. Okay. If you had a twist in the knee, so you had distal femoral IR and proximal tibia ER. Okay.
Yep.
All right. If you had a similar orientation at the elbow and you put somebody in a high oblique sit, did you help yourself if you're trying to capture like a middle representation?
No, because you can get all the IR superimposed.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry. So how can we take similar concept? So we don't have to take them out of sideline.
Yeah.
Okay. But we know the high oblique sit is out, right? Because of the elbow position in the high oblique sit. It's going to push them right back where they started, which is what I do not want to do. What's the easiest way to change the activity, to give me the capacity to change? Taya, you gonna say it out loud for me? Or you're just gonna mimic on the screen there?
Actually, I was just thinking about it, so I don't know what I should say. So,
all right. So, Colin, where do I need to go to get to be able to change the orientation of the elbow?
You need to drop down into a low oblique sit.
There you go. It's that simple. It's that simple. Right. Yeah. So you put the elbow in a more middle representation, right? And as soon as you set that up, you just changed the rotation through the elbow, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's how you make these decisions, right? And now your programming becomes coherent with the goal.
Okay.
You get it?
I think I gotta try and answer some questions on my own.
Okay. Hang on. Can I pick on you just a little bit? Like, can you do a quick
Please.
demo?
Yeah.
I need you to stand up for just a second. So we're going to use your right knee as an example. Okay. So put your right leg in a late representation and left leg in an early, just like by taking a step forward with your left foot. Awesome. Okay. So back leg is now in a late representation, right? You get it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is where you get normal femoral IR, distal femoral IR, proximal tibia ER. Okay. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay. So lock that right knee out straight for me. Okay. Is that the position? So if you're trying to untwist that knee, is that the position you want to put the knee in?
No.
No, of course not. Doesn't make much sense, right? You just constrained it into the position that you're trying to get it out of.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if that was your hand, if that was your right hand and right arm supporting you in an oblique sit, would that be the best choice?
No, which would be the high oblique sit.
Right. So you're standing in a high oblique sit, right?
Okay.
Get it? Okay. Flip flop your legs. Bend your knees. Bend them, like bend them. So make it obvious so everybody can see, like a split squat, Do it like a split. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Did I just reduce the constraint on the knee and give me an opportunity to go to middle?
Yeah.
There you go. And so now it's just a matter of cueing the knee orientation. In this case, it would be the elbow orientation. So you construct it the same way. You start with your foot, right? Your foot, and then your knee, and then your hip.
Yeah.
Get it?
I'm working on it.
Do you understand that if you lock that elbow straight, you have constrained it into a position?
Yeah.
Do you understand? You understand that you most likely, because of the hand orientation, giving you the hints, that you had an anterior orientation of the thorax, which was going to kick your elbow into a late representation?
I do now.
You say what?
I said that I do now.
Yeah. When you're in the lead leg of the split squat, the IR is coming from the ground up.
Okay.
Okay. Easier to capture.
Yeah.
Easier to capture. That's why you want to think about using again, if we're talking about a knee, we're going to use it at the lead leg on the split squat. If we're talking about the low oblique, then you're just going to drop down from elbow extended, if you will, to elbow bend. Yeah.
Okay. So then if a more extended representation of the elbow is that later representation, that's why elbow flexion is your ability to capture an early representation of the elbow. It's like you have a bunch of principles or something, Bill.